Hey, how's it going, guys? My name is Alex McLeod, and in this video I'm going to talk about the ways to destroy the ego. This topic wasn't requested by anyone in particular. However, if you'd like to request the answer to a specific question or would like me to cover a topic in general, please leave those suggestions in the comment section down below. And if you'd like to help us reach more people, please leave a like, subscribe, and share this video with your friends. Before we begin, I'd like to make a disclaimer. You cannot completely destroy the ego while you are embodied. That is to say, while you are living in a physical body, you cannot completely erase the ego. That's because the ego is a tool that was built into the body through the evolutionary or creation of the human body. And because of this, the best you can do is to slowly dismantle the various calcified bits of the ego that are preventing you from living a full and spiritual life. Through the living of life, the ego can become quite large and solid, but to best deal with the varieties of life, it needs to be small and flexible. And if you were to be seeking the dissolution of the ego, you need it as small as possible when you are passing from this lifetime in order to completely shed all of the baggage that the ego can create that you can carry from lifetime to lifetime to lifetime. And the reason that the body built this tool is so that you can create mental structures about the world around you and create more survival techniques. That's what the purpose of the ego is. It's to help the body survive. And this is a very good thing. A lot of people talk about how the ego is evil or needs to be erased, but the ego is just a tool of the body to help it survive and pass on its genes. If you were to get rid of the ego while still in the body, it's not possible except in incredibly rare circumstances. And when that happens, the body will die as a result. Because without the ego, there's nothing to tell the body to go eat, to go find some food, to go interact with people, to secure housing, shelter, clothing, nourishment, water. All these things are the domain of the ego. And the ego is a very strong tool. It's basically the part of the mind that tries to interpret the world around you. And it can create mechanisms or mental structures that can last that can last from lifetime to lifetime, or can be passed down thousands of generations. For instance, in the human memory, we are genetically predisposed to fearing snakes because we used to be hunted by snakes for millions of years. This fear of snakes it doesn't make sense in today's world, but because we're predisposed to it, a snake can elicit a sense of fear from a human, even though this human doesn't know what a snake is. Chimpanzees are very similar to this. It's very, very easy to elicit a fear response to snakes because of the ego's creation of this fear structure that has been passed down from person to person through millennia and millions of years. There are ways to destroy these structures, though. And by destroying these structures, they don't get passed on to the next generation. They don't keep interfering with your life. You can get rid of them. The strongest tool for destroying the ego structures is a meditation type called dhyana or Chan or Zen. And yes, the popular Zen, the Buddhist meditation method, but it's much, much older than Buddhism. It's been around in India for a very, very long time. This type of meditation can cause these structures to slowly fall away, because when you clear the mind of all thoughts and enter a state of dhyana, there's nothing for the mental structures to hold on to. There's nothing for these things, no matter how deep they are, to hold on to. And the only reason that so many of them stick around for so long is because they are also anchored into the body, into the physical body. So by practicing this, there's nothing in the mind for them to hang on to, and slowly their grip on the body releases and they will just flush through the system. There are other methods of removing these structures, and you can look for them specifically using whatever therapy or any kind of mental probing to find what structures you're actually carrying around, and then get into the root and remove them that way. You can also find the emotional anchor points where there's trapped emotions holding the individual mental structures in place, and if you remove those anchor points, eventually these structures just kind of fall away. Because there's nothing to hold them, they will release naturally on their own. There are plenty of other ways to release these structures, but personally I think these are the best for leading a fulfilling life. So how about we try one of these methods out? For this exercise, I'd like you to sit or stand upright with your arms down at your side if you're standing, or on your knees or legs if you are sitting. And please don't cross your legs. Let them hang down if you're sitting in a chair, or, well, just sit in a chair if you're sitting. So starting from a sitting or standing position, please gently close the eyes, open the mouth, and relax the body. Starting at the top of the head, relax down through the body. Relax the head, the face, the jaw, the neck. Relax the shoulders, the arms, the hands. Relax the chest and the upper back, the stomach, the lower back, the hips and thighs, down into the calves and the feet. Now, look within yourself. Don't ask how. Just turn your attention inward. And let yourself see, feel, or hear the mental, emotional level of energy. Let yourself feel, hear, or see any energy on the emotional, mental level that is stuck or stagnant. And let the one that is most needed to be released show itself to you. Let it make itself known. Now, regardless of how you see, feel, or hear it, allow it to release. If it's a bubble, let it pop. If it's a vortex, allow it to calm down. If it's a discordant sound, let it become in harmony. If it's just a feeling of discomfort, allow it to expand and disperse. Allow it to fall away. Let it reintegrate with your mind, emotional energies. And now, gently think of the area just below the navel. Rub your hands together and warm up your face and eyes. I hope you enjoyed that. When I first discovered this method of releasing trapped emotions and mental structures, I very much enjoyed using it a lot. It can be overdone, so try not to do it more than once a week. Aside from that, there may be some emotional turbulence as a result of what you just did, but it should pass fairly quickly. And once it's passed, you will feel much lighter and more mentally, emotionally flexible. If you'd also like to request a topic to be discussed or the answer to a specific question, please leave it in the comment section down below. And if you'd like to help us reach more people, please leave a like, subscribe, and share this video with your friends. I'd like to thank you for watching, and I will see you on Friday.